Yeah. G&T right back at it one more time. We back. Did y'all miss us? We missed y'all. Let's get it. Welcome back, people. Hey, your captain speaking. Welcome aboard. We're here for episode 114. 114. Now, granted, this episode should have been last week. We apologize. I hope y'all guys aren't too mad at us, but it's okay. We're back with y'all this week, and I'm not by myself. Thank goodness. Birdgang in the building. What's happening?
Hey, yo, what's going on, everybody? Glad to be back. Sorry for the last week, a little mix-up scheduling-wise, but we back, baby. Episode 114. Let's get it.
Tone the promoter.
Yizzo. What's going on, G&T Sports World, man? Just like they said, we are sorry. We missed y'all last week. We back for another one. 114. Let's get it, man.
And we just want to personally thank y'all guys for the feedback from episode 113 and the fact that Joel went crazy off of a question that he asked us first, and we happened to ask him back the same question, and he snapped. But it was a great response from the people.
I fully warned you guys.
You did. But I clearly want to just thank y'all guys for your insights. Hi, what's going on? Good to see you. Welcome aboard. Cool catch. Am I reading that wrong? I see Club 2016, but I'm horrible with names. But anyway, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. And hey,
we already know how you do, bro.
Man, shut your face, Tom.
We already know how you do. We already know how you do with the handles, the IG handles and YouTube handles and stuff.
Yeah, look. It's a work in progress, bro. It's a work in progress.
No, that's fine. That's fine. But we know how you do with them. It's cool.
Well, I appreciate the fact that y'all realize when I mess up and y'all mess with me about it, but it's cool. It's no problem. But hey, it's good to see every single one of y'all tuning in. Thank y'all so much. And check out our Instagram. Before we get into the conversation, we just want everybody just kind of just flood in. Just come on, flood on in. We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot.
On IG, we got Kane Digital, but I know you like to say it, so go ahead, Larry.
Kane Digital.
Here it is.
Kane Digital. Number one and first sponsor. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, she needed to have like a full commercial and just have you guys talk it all the way through. But that's a whole different conversation. Just saying, just putting it out there. If I don't put it out there, it would never be told. So there you go. That
could be something that's a work in progress. You know what I mean?
Hey, look at us. All right. So look, let's get into it. The NFL this week kind of went crazy, right? We wasn't expecting for a lot of these teams out of nowhere to just be on the levels where they're at, to be totally out. But there's some surprises that we have to talk about. So far, hold on. Look who's here. You surprised? Stokes.
Yo, all right. No, I'm glad he commented. I'm gonna say what I want to say for a little bit later because he came and visited me. Well, not per se me, but he came up to the job. So right. I definitely was going to share what my guy said. So yeah, what's up? What's up, Darren?
Oh God, I'm afraid to know what the heck y'all about.
I ain't gonna front, man. I'm a little mad he left our story, yo. Darren a cool dude, man. Like he came up here. He was funny dude, man.
Yo, you know what's funny, Joel? The whole time Tone didn't say not one time, like, you know what? I wish Larry didn't leave our store. You know, he's a cool dude. I never got that. You know what I mean?
You've been to like 3 stores after that. He still hasn't said it.
Never said it not once. But Darren, that man, he's a cool dude. You know,
Yeah, no.
I mean,
he is. He is. Listen, man, he is. I mean, I ain't gonna care my statement. We wouldn't be doing this together if you wasn't, you know what I'm saying, if I didn't think you was cool or anything like that, or if I enjoy working with you, you know what I'm saying? Listen,
See there,
listen, you
that
know,
was convincing.
you know me, bro.
And
you know me, bro. I don't rub
genuine.
shoulders with people I don't bang with. You know that. So
Yeah,
we definitely would have been doing this together.
That's true. I appreciate that. You know, that was a good
Cap all happy now. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, look, let's go ahead and get into this conversation. Right here, right churn. As soon as I go ahead and do that, boom. So right here is a list of all the teams that are officially eliminated from the playoffs. You see the Tennessee Titans, the Raiders, surprising. The Jets, surprising. The Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, Kansas City Chiefs. That's the one. NFC side, you got the Giants, the Saints, Cardinals, shocker, Falcons, Commanders, and those good old Vikings. Gentlemen, and I'm going to go ahead and put the camera right on you, Tone. Which one is your surprise out of that list?
Well, of course, I think this is going to be the answer for everybody. I got a 1A and a 1B. My 1A obviously is Kansas City. You know what I mean? You know, week after week after week, they kept saying, "Oh, next week they're gonna turn it up. Next week they're gonna get it going." They ain't got it going yet. And I seen, you know, posts and people have been talking, of course, here in the city, saying they think ever since the Super Bowl last year when Mahomes got slapped in the face, they pretty much they whole everything just got slapped away because they ain't bounced back since. So of course that's the number one shocker. And then obviously that injury to insult, no pun intended, or pun intended, I should say, because Mahomes tore his ACL. So it's just a crazy sucky year pause for them. You know what I mean? Not being able to make the playoffs, getting over that hump. Like, are they old? You know what I mean? Is Kelsey done? Do they need to get Mahomes a super crazy running back, a real top tier number one receiver? You know what I'm saying? That's something that they're gonna obviously have to go to the drawing boards and the table, on the off season. And my 1B is only because the way they started the season, and I would say Minnesota. They started the season, I looked like they had some promise, looked like they was going to be able to, you know what I mean, compete and make the playoffs, but they just hit a flat line. Doesn't look like JJ want to be there anymore. I heard it when they played Seattle, he shook Darnold's hand and said, come get me. So I don't know how true that is, but Kansas City, Minnesota Vikings is a surprise for me.
Kendall said the real surprise is the Vikes.
He said the real surprise is the Vikes.
The only person that surprises you, bro.
No, when he said, when a couple weeks he was saying go Birds and all that. When a couple shows ago.
Yeah,
So he wasn't surprised about the Vikings.
Like, whoa, hold on, no sir.
He ain't surprised about the Vikings. He been jumped ship. He know what was up.
He was an Eagles fan 3 weeks ago.
Right.
That's all right, Kendall. You're showing your true colors, man. Maybe you do look better in green. I have no idea, but whatever. Get rid of the Vikings. You're the only one that's surprised, bro. You're the only one. That's all right. Birdgang, who you got, man?
I mean, obviously, Tone took the obvious two there, so I kind of got left with something different. But I mean, honestly, like with the Commanders, obviously not being eliminated is more of an injury factor. So I would, that's not even one that we should even be talking about due to the fact because of an injury. But the other teams, I guess, I mean, man, the only other one that's left is going to be the Bengals due to the fact that you got Joe Burrow, highly, one of the top quarterbacks in the league, and he still hasn't been able to, or that team hasn't been able to get over the hump and make the playoffs and make a run. This is the second straight year, so that's the last surprise that I would say that we can add to that list.
Yeah, it's kind of
Well, you
crazy.
see,
Yeah.
oh my bad, Cat.
No. Go ahead, Tom. You got.
Well, I don't know if y'all seen the reports that like it might have been either last week or maybe 2 weeks ago that Joe Burrow came out and was saying like he's going through a lot off the field, and obviously with the injuries, he's going through a lot mentally. Yo, injuries is definitely psychological, man, and it could take a toll on you, man, to have you not thinking that you could continue to play this game. And I think that's where he's at right now because he said there's a lot of things he got to look at after this offseason and get the joy, the love of the game back. And I seen that Jamar Chase said after the last game because I think it was a point where Burrow was sitting on the side and he just had that blank look like he wasn't into it. And
Right.
Jamar was like, well, maybe I need to step up and be more of a leader and say some things because he was like, Joe always got me hyped up or got me back in the realm of wanting to play. Yeah, Joe, I just think those injuries, man. It's catching up. I seen an interview, basketball player Gerald Henderson, man, Gerald Henderson Jr. Talked about when you get injured, man, and not I ain't talking about a sprained ankle, like an injury where you getting surgery, you out for 6+ months. He's like all that I have you thinking like, damn, can I play this game? Can I play it to my elite level? You know what I mean? That's why I think Derrick Rose never bounced back. You know, to the player that he once was because it was mental, psychological, man. Those things take a toll on you, man. And it seems like Burrow hit that wall, man, and he don't probably want to go through it no more, man. I know that rehab got to be crazy. You know what I mean? And going under the knife as well, too. You know what I mean? I'm sure that ain't nothing that's good, that happened to you, often.
Look, Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck. You know what I mean? He's the perfect example of a quarterback that had the potential to be a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? Like Andrew Luck was he was a bad boy, man. Like he was the one that was just like, wow, the Colts got themselves one. And then, you know what I mean? All those injuries, just like you said. I mean, and some of these players, especially when they've been great for years, you know what I mean? Like imagine you've been told you're the great one since you've been a little kid, you know what I mean? And you've been performing, you've been doing your thing all those years, and now you're making it to the pros and you're constantly getting hurt. Yeah, mentally, like, yo, can I do this? Can I still be able to be effective? And then on top of that, it's like, I'm not going to go out there half the person that I am. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just shut it down and, and that's it. I'm already paid. So, like Andrew Luck, as soon as I heard that about Burrow, I was like, the first person I thought of was Andrew Luck. Because once again, I think we got cheated off of a great career from Andrew Luck. But
hey, so now that you bring that up, Larry, I got a question for the panel. So, what do you guys think? So, like, I know oftentimes, like, we're our age, we often compare, like, yo, the '90s was the best, the '80s, like '80s, '90s, thousands was the best, like as far as years, and we talk about like the younger generation on how they're being brought up and feel like a little bit entitled and get, certain things handed to them. Like, what do you guys think that how is that gonna affect like these new college students that are coming out getting drafted to the NFL, NBA, and stuff like that, where they got those NIL deals in place. They kind of like already coming in the league with like, yo, already got it. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's a lot to do with it. And more importantly, the second part of that question is from a mental standpoint, because I feel like, before like, a lot of men specifically held that in, like people our age or even older, kind of like, it was frowned upon to be like, like say you got something going on, you know what I mean? Versus the young kids just completely shut down and, like, go through a lot of things mentally and is known, you know what I mean?
Tony, if you want to go first, you can.
No, it's a great question, man, and you brought that up right after me, today, and I'm quite sure if y'all was tapped into, any of the sports outlets, you've seen it like that. Chris Paul was trying to build the culture up, with the Clippers, and he was like inviting people to go work out, inviting people to his crib. I heard he like invited them up to his room, his suite that he had like around Halloween. Him and his wife threw a party. and he said only like 2 players showed up. You know what I mean? Like, just to build some kind of like, camaraderie with the guys, with the people you go to war with every day, and they just wasn't receptive to it. Now, we are talking about Chris Paul. Now, I don't know if you heard a lot of people ever really come out and say like, "Yo, he was a great teammate. I love playing with Chris. He was this, he was that, da da da." It's just like how we always say he got that "I'm an asshole" walk. You know what I mean? And you know, they even said that it was one point like in the game where he told Kawhi to switch off of somebody who was busting Kawhi ass, I guess at the time. Chris Paul tells him to switch, and then they said, Jeff Van Gundy, he assistant coach on the staff. They said he pulled him to the side. I was like, listen, man, I know you used to get away with that, at other organizations. But they was like, hey, that ain't gonna fly. So I'm trying to tell people to switch off of, defensive assignments and stuff like that. So, and then they was talking about it, on NBA, like on the jump. I think the chick name is like Shelly Osborne. Like she was just saying, like it's hard nowadays, man, to really tap in with this younger generation. They're just different. They're different cut, different cloth than I guess you could say us, the old heads. You know, what I'm saying how we used to do things, and the social media, man, is obviously has grown and has progressed to what it is today, man. Like you said, Joe, the NIL deals that's giving these kids this money.
Yeah.
They don't feel as though, I don't think they probably really feel as though they got to be humble, in they spot, man. You know what I mean? They like, look, we getting money already. You know what I'm saying? They probably living a lifestyle already. You know what I mean? And it's just gonna be the love of the game just might not be there. I even seen a joint today from Penny Hardaway. He said he hates watching the NBA nowadays. He was saying, I ain't trying to say the NBA ain't nothing, but he was just like, all they do is shoot threes. And he was like, I'm in college now. He's like, I teach kids, to get to that next level. And he was like, and what they do is they'll go home and watch the games. And he was like, when we come to practice, all they want to do is shoot threes. He's like, nobody takes layups. Nobody runs pick and rolls. Like, nothing is, the game has just changed to just letting it fly. You know what I'm saying? However it needs to be. I even seen a joint today with KD. He said he blamed Steph Curry for the All-Star game. Like the way people approach that. You know what I mean? Like he like Steph and Dame just want to come down possession after possession, taking half-court three-point shots. And
Yep.
it changes the game. And man, when you got a young kid that's 10, 11-year-old that's influenced by these guys, that's what they grow up to do, man. So it's just a different time, man. It's kind of actually it's kind of actually just well, if you see it's kind of going left, not left, but it's kind of the Lakers is getting out of LeBron's hands a little bit. Like they're not conforming to you, LeBron. Like this Luka team. So it's like whatever. I ain't gonna say whatever Luka want to do. That's what they're gonna do. But they're gearing towards him now. And I think LeBron had that little hissy fit early in the year. Oh, my back hurt. You know what I mean? They don't want to extend him as far as the contract. So it's like, yeah, but nah, bro. Your time is up. Your time is up, man. You did 20. This your 23rd year in the league. Same thing with like Chris Paul. You what 19, 18 years, however long it's been. KD, Steph. Hey, man, you got to pass the torch. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. I don't know how these older guys is going to have to, how they going to send a message to the younger guys, man. It's going to be quite hard, I think. Pause.
It's going to be almost if it seems like it's almost impossible. But the good thing is that there's some light at the end of the tunnel for some of these players. Like, thank goodness that we got players like Tyrese Maxey. You know what I mean? Thank goodness we have, players that I believe that Halliburton is going to come back stronger than he did when he left.
Look at Tatum.
Yeah.
His boy, they talking about he coming back January 1st, dog. He only would have been out, I think they said like 7 months, 8 months. After rupturing your Achilles, he is back.
That's crazy.
Right.
He
And
come back.
and what all those three guys have in common that you guys just mentioned? I mean, I help you guys out. They work hard. Like Tatum, Maxey, they work hard. So like just to, touch on like what Tone mentioned and Larry, what you was talking about, I just feel like honestly, like anything that takes hard work nowadays is so like everyone wants to circumvent the system and go around that and find a skill like just shooting threes. You know what I mean? Like nobody takes pride in the craft of, playing good defense or, you know what I mean, getting physical and stuff like that. And the guys that you guys mentioned that are having this like significant leap in year over year, like someone like Maxey or someone that's been dominating at a high level in Tatum. And it shows when he's in the playoffs, he's like the only one that's looking fresh out there, like, one of the ones and getting the job done. So it's like the guys that look like they put in that effort and that work on their craft a lot more than others. Like, I feel like that's what really separates them because they just so obsessed and wanting to be great.
Yeah.
Yo, how would Shaq fare in today's game?
Oh my God.
He was probably score 80 a night, bro. Cause think about it, bro. Like what? Like, look what Wemby doing. Like, he manhandling because he's taller and he could just whatever. You know what I mean? But
Right.
someone like Shaq playing the way he was playing, I mean, I don't know. Then again, he probably get teched out or whatever. You know what I mean? That's the only thing.
Like,
that's
like,
the only thing. But dominating down there, like, oh my God, he go crazy.
Don't know, ain't no big man, ain't no big guys really playing the block like how he used to or how he had to. You know what I mean? Like, it was everybody is really, everything is like 15 feet and out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, yo. Like, there's no perimeter, no interior game whatsoever like that in the NBA anymore. And I think that's what kind of probably like what Penny was talking about. Like nobody shoots layups anymore. It's either step back threes, half court threes, or somebody getting dunked on. You know what I mean? Like, that might be pretty much the key facets of basketball right now. You know what I mean?
But it's funny.
I understand you.
Like, players, the players that actually still drive to the basket for layups, the one that still have a good mid-range game, those are the ones, once again, are the hard workers, the ones that know that, all right, I need to go ahead and perfect my craft. And every sport is that way. And and you're right, Joel. Is everybody want that microwave, effort and think they're going to get that type of result, and that's not the case. But you know what? It's like that all over, though. Like, look at this workforce right now. And I know, look, we're Sports Talk, and I know that's what we talk about. That's what we are. That's always been our lane. But life is life, man, and life has been lifing. Some of these young folks that we see in this workforce right now, they don't want to work hard. Like, they don't. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, that's our generation. And those are the ones that's our future, man. And it's like, I don't see y'all working hard, man. Like, why is the old man like working harder than y'all? Like, it doesn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Just make sure the HR don't watch this segment. They were like, y'all roasting people.
It's the truth, though. It's the truth, man.
Yo,
I'm saying.
Yo, I think everybody's approach to everything is like, all right, what is the easiest way I can get this done without doing nothing?
Yeah.
Let's start from there, and then they'll just start going from there. Right. If you could get out, if they could get out of it that easily, that's how I feel.
Like, unfortunately, that's the reason why scammers are as good as they are. Because they're trying to find the easiest way possible to go ahead and get as much as they can with the least amount of work as absolutely possible. And the thing is that the good thing is there's examples of ones that's not like that. And I'm hoping that the more we start to see the players that are, that try to take it easy and not make it, those are the ones that you will start to see, and the cream always rise to the top. And I'm hoping that that's the case here. You know what I mean? Like, these it's an old phrase, Tone. I mean, I didn't think that was a pause moment. I thought that was just wisdom. But okay, I'm sorry. Pause.
No, I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
But situation.
No, the cream to rise at the top was crazy. I'm sorry, but that was crazy. That was crazy. But go ahead, man. I'm sorry I messed your point up. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Tom. I'm done.
All right, you know what though? Two things though, because I'm about to get out of here. Two things, and then y'all can talk about this when I get off. So I'm gonna go back to Darren. He came up to the job and he was like, "Yo, tell Cat ain't no taking off the pod because they boys in the little skid right now." He was like, they done lost 3 in a row. Now they don't want to have no podcast. He's like, then he talk about when I want to say something that they all, oh, Darren want to come back. He's like, I'll be there. But he was like, y'all lost the last 3 weeks. I ain't hear no Eagles talk on the pod. You know what I'm saying? He's like, y'all can't be doing that either. So I'm gonna, like I said, y'all can get into that because I'm about to roll. And then secondly, you know, the Cowboys on their little win streak, right? I ain't gonna say his name, but James gonna call me talking about like, yo, you know what I mean? Come through, watch the game, right? So this was when they played Detroit. So I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I know you ain't no Cowboys fan no more, man, but you know what I mean? We ain't catch a game this year, come through for a game. I said, all right, bro, I'll come through watch a game with you. Then he like, yeah, you know what I mean? You can also come back, dog. I won't hold it against you, this, that, and the third, da, 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 da. I said, save that, man. I'll be over, y'all, dog. We can enjoy the game, you know what I'm saying? Whoop de whoop. Obviously, we've seen what happened to them the last 2 weeks, but he ain't called me back. And I was just like, look at it, man. Look at you getting all hyped up. You know what I'm saying? Thinking I guess they was gonna do something for you. Talk about I could come back, I could be a fan, I could do this and that. And now you got 0.6 chance to make the playoffs, dog. Like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? But I just wanted to leave that with y'all, man. Laugh the pain away. Show us Friday. Tickets still on sale. Come through. We at a King's Cafe. Rock out with us, man. And then oh yo, shouts out to my man Ken Jones, man. He rocking out, man. Like I said, he the next up from Philly, man. We actually got World Cafe Live next month, man, January 24th. It's an all-black affair. Tickets on sale now, man. That's a big thing. So hopefully, man, y'all could, you know what I mean, follow me on the gram right there, Tony Promoter, man. Buy some tickets, man. I'll see y'all at the next show. Guys, finish up strong. I'm out of here, man. The promoter, man. I'll get with y'all.
That was a pause moment there too. All right. Like,
where you want to go first? Like, Darren.
First off, Darren, we ain't scared of you, man. Like, it's cool. We ain't scared of you. No Eagles talk. All right, whatever, man. Situations happen. That's the reason why we wasn't here last week. Situations happen, but it's cool. No problem. No problem. I'm just saying this, Darren. Seattle, you're going to make the playoffs, right? Yeah, you're going to make it. Are you? Darren's laughing.
Oh, he's there. All right, cool. No, that was not the case while we took off last week, just to be clear.
Hope all, I'm assuming is good.
Cool. Yeah, everything's good.
Yeah,
he's talking about the reason why we missed last week.
Yeah,
everything's good.
No, everything's good, bro. I mean, look, schedule happens, life happens. You know what I mean? So,
Ty just jumped on IG, perfectly flawed, and somebody else too, but they just jumped off. So shout out to them.
Perfectly flawed and Taya. Hey. Good to see y'all. But yeah, like I said, we wasn't afraid of you, Darren. All right. So it's cool. It's cool. I'll just say this. If you're making the playoffs, because we're going to make the playoffs, I hope to see you. I want the same energy in about 4 weeks. Same energy, bro.
Yeah, the same goes for Get At Me Lou, man. He's still thinking them Packers is dumb boys.
Really?
Yeah. 2 weeks ago, he sends me a whole video on our group chat just talking all his smack about Green Bay. This week was very quiet. I'm like, they went from first in their division to seventh in the standings. And they play Chicago in Chicago this week. So they have a big game this week. But I'm hoping we're gonna make the playoffs, but definitely looking forward to having that matchup either against Seattle and Green Bay, if not both, if it works out that way. But definitely just because of our viewers, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you think Green Bay has a chance against the Bears?
I think the Bears are gonna get them. They lost the last one, and it was pretty close. I think this week home field advantage. Parsons is out, and then Watson's a little banged up, so we're gonna see. I think Chicago is gonna pull it off. You ain't gonna do. Yo, Luke, crazy, bro. He's a crazy boy.
They ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do absolutely nothing. Forget Green Bay. And it's funny because a part of me was actually rooting for Green Bay. You know what I mean? Like, now, I didn't want them to just fall off the way they're going to, because they always go left. They're just like the Cowboys in my eyes. They do.
Yeah, lately they have been. And then they go right to the injury. Oh, if it wasn't because of the injuries, And I mean, we get that, we understand that, but nobody can control that. It just so happens to happen more often to you guys than not.
Yeah, exactly. And and it's Green Bay. I mean, it's Green Bay.
Yeah, I just feel bad because everybody that was over there when we went was so nice, bro. It was uncomfortable. I'm like, damn, where do these people come from? It's so damn nice.
Well, to be honest with you, when I went to Dallas, I felt the same way. I was like, man, I really hate y'all. But y'all really nice people. Like, y'all really nice people. They was talking so much smack, and then they offer us food. Like, who does that, man? Like, no, who does that? Like, these southern states, man, like they really nice people. Like, at least the southern states. I know, Green Bay is north, but so these southern states all nice and everything. And then
Tone chimed in on IG. He said, "What did I say that was a pause moment when he was on his way out?" I don't know if you remember.
What did he say?
And then Tyre put, "I love the background, Cat."
Oh, I'm sure you would, Tyre. Tyre, do you know what this background is? Wait for that response.
Yep.
You're gonna wait for that response. Do you know what this background is, Tyre? Like this. As soon as you say it, I'll put it right up on the screen.
She put, of course.
Yeah.
Dimensions. There it is.
Heck yeah. Like I promised. There you go. I'm gonna put it right there. Right there. There you go. Boom, boom, pow. You like me now? Damn. Bam. Yeah, dimensions. Do we know why I have dimensions as my background today? Joel, you can go ahead and talk about that.
Well, on December 28th, Eagles versus Bills, we will be hosting a live podcast show. GNT Sportstalk will be in the building. So, you know what it is. We got a lot at stake. Big game, obviously, in addition to our undefeated record. So, you already know we're going to be there. Meet us at Dimensions. Let's get it.
And we do not lose. Talking about Eagles fans, of course. We do not lose when we, the GNT crew, shows up at Dimensions. We are an undefeated combination. We have not lost, and we're not going to, especially on the 28th against those Bills. So make sure that you show up and be there with your boys on the 28th against the Bills. Well, there's one other thing that we really want to kind of get into conversation-wise, and I want to lean this right towards you, Joel, is the retirement of a very special individual. And go for it.
Nah, man, as you guys have known, obviously he just announced it yesterday, but Terrence Bud Crawford just announced his retirement, man. Just an incredible boxing story, boxing career out of Omaha, Nebraska. Definitely someone that has won championships in 4 different weight classes, dominated, and man, he did it his way, man. He's been, like his whole career towards the end, like it was hard for him to get these fights. And once he got these fights, he made the best of it, proved that he was one of the best, and went out in great fashion. So hopefully We do get an opportunity to see him at least one last time or maybe two. But I know he's asking for a substantial amount of money to even get back in that ring, which is the reason why I think he leaned more towards doing the retirement thing because he wasn't getting what he asked for. So, but shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford.
Yeah, I mean, great fighter, great showings all the time. When he was on, when he was on the, just on the docket of getting ready to have a fight, he was going to have a good one. So, I know he's been in the game for a long time, but it feels like it's like early for him. But no, you got to do what's best for you. And he clearly is doing that. And good for him. Good for him.
Right. I mean, the thing is right now, like you just beat Canelo. Like, what other big fight name wise right now you would say that he can fight right now that would be a substantial, like, that would trump that? So I think, like he had a great, outstanding career. Towards the end, he finally got a few of the fights that he was deserved of, especially the Canelo one. And, what I like about him the most, like he was a true professional, like from my point of view, because I know some people got their own opinions and stuff like that, but I just feel like the one thing he never forgot where he came from. He always repped Omaha, Nebraska to the fullest, like family man, always with his kids, like being locked in from that standpoint. You could tell he had all people that came up with him. Like he didn't have no new people around him. You know what I mean? And that's just what it seemed like from the outside. So I don't want to speak like I know the man, but like everything you see that was visible is just like he was a true person to like, where he came from and people that he like really banged with. But that dude just hard work, craft, and all that type of thing. Like you just saw, like he was just a little bit different. He always had that dog mentality, in him, which I think basically got him in a position to like, like someone could train just as hard as you and have the skills just as much as you in the ring, and y'all both going into a heated exchange. But when you need to dig down and dig deep, you got to have that dog in you, especially in the combat sport. And that's one of the things that I think like made him great specific.
Once again, it seems like the theme of this whole entire episode this week is clearly work ethic. It's work ethic. If they have the work ethic, you're going to go ahead and show out. And he's another one that had that work ethic. Tone has on here. And Tone, thanks for even not being on the show, still being on the show. So I appreciate you. So out of his 42 fights, he either won by stoppage or unanimous decision. Go. Yep.
Yeah, man. He's definitely, dude, like I was going back and like I mentioned it to you guys. We was going back and forth, Crawford, Canelo. And then at the end, I was just like, yo, I'm going for Crawford. Like, I just can't, like what I have visible to myself, like as far as like looking at things like that are online or whatever and seeing like how he approaches his fights and stuff. And I just always thought highly of like how he carried himself in a professional manner and how he delivered on, you could tell it was just more than boxing in the ring and fighting and all that. But I think he really, was a student of the game. His IQ was, through the roof, and he would just fight, be the smarter fighter, night in, night out. And that's what got the job done. And he knew how to attack his opponents. And I would be remiss if I didn't say this, because obviously we're in Philadelphia and all that, but I definitely would have loved for Jaron Boots Tennis to have a shot at him, because I think the same thing about that young man as far as how he carries himself and his hard work. And, like I obviously got a little more visibility through that, just being able to go to the gym a few times here and there and just know a little bit. It's just a little bit inside. I don't want to act like I know too much, but you know what I mean? Like that, I just see the same things in him like that I've seen in Crawford. And at one point they were trying to get that fight done, but that's when he moved up. And then now finally Boost moved up, and then now he's retiring. So I don't think we'll ever get that fight, because it just doesn't make sense for both fighters, which typically is the one thing that gets a fight done when both people have something to gain. And in this case, Boots will have the most to gain. And it's like, even if Crawford was to match up with him and come out victorious, they were like, well, you kind of supposed to because he's younger, this, that, all those type things, all the politics stuff, all the stuff we don't like about boxing, put it that way.
So I guess the question is like, truly, is there another name that's on the horizon that is even worthy enough for someone on Crawford's level to even consider later on when it comes to trying to come out of retirement? And I can't think of any, but the sport a little bit more than I do. Well, a lot more than I do, I should say.
No, honestly, I think the fight to be made is going to be the only thing that, I don't want to say the only thing that would sell, but I think the rematch against Canelo. Canelo's going to have to make it like a revenge, like he wants his get back, and stuff like that. As far as like big money, big payday type thing, there's a couple great fighters like where he's at. Like, I mean, somebody like people were even like, oh, how about he moves up and fight Benavidez and all this? And I'm like, bro, like that's like too much. Like, because he's just a naturally a bigger fighter. It's just like, no way that's going to happen.
Right.
So I just think like he just like with everything on the table, like right now. And that's the thing with boxing now, man. Like, it's my favorite sport, like honestly, like as far as combat sport, I should say. Just because I like the craft and the thinking behind it and all that stuff, like just everything that's about boxing. But you know what I mean? Like it's like obviously like, I just mentioned his name. Like these are the type of things like that are happening now in boxing where between us as fans, we just see things like he's good, they're the same weight, they should fight. But for whatever reason, things don't happen that easily in boxing because of the fact that, like it's all about politics, it's all about leverage, it's all about, like that's what before Crawford retired, they were trying to get him to pay a sanction fee for having one of the belts. And he's like, why should I pay you to have this belt that I'll earn in the fight and all that stuff? And you know what I mean? Like that was one of the things. So it's like so many different things in boxing right now that's keeping it from being a even better sport than it is. But you got these fighters and stuff like that want to prove themselves, and I don't think any of these guys are afraid of each other. Let me just say that. I just think you got coaches, you got training people in the training staff like that train with you guys and stuff like that throughout camp. And then you got other people that are under you that are relying on you from a business standpoint. So that's where I think everything gets like, yo, like I understand you want that fight to happen, but if we got all these other three opportunities on the table, low risk, we keep the title, we make some money, you know what I mean? You keep that bankroll rolling, and that's what's keeping, certain deals from being made, or some people just drastically trying to, when you go to the table, they're like, yo, I want 70-30, 80-20. You're like, what? Like, it starts becoming crazy from that standpoint. But I mean, like right now, man, like, and again, I'm not saying it because I have, a little knowledge of him, but bro, like I think Jaron Boots Ennis is going to be one of the best fighters ever when it's all said and done.
Gotcha. All right. That's our talk when it comes to Crawford. So, bless you, man. Thanks for the great career. I'm sure we probably going to see you a couple more times. Somebody's going to have that or want that major payday to make that happen. So when it happens, we'll be here all for it to go ahead and watch it and talk about it. So we appreciate you regardless. Like you got something else to say, Joel, when it comes to this?
No, I was just going to give a shout out to Jamar. Just jumped on IG. He went on IG.
Thank you for showing up, Jamar. Man, you always support us, bro, and I always appreciate you. So hold on, since Jamar is there, I do have a quick question. So will it be embarrassing, Jamar, if your 49ers lose to Phillip Rivers?
Uncle Phil. I
don't know. Well, I give you some time to answer that question. But all right, Joel, just real quick, let's go through this week in the NFL, right? Rams versus Seahawks. Who you got?
Rams.
Rams up. Hold on. Before we
I
go
know
ahead.
who Stokes got. Stokes is not going to happen, Stokes. It is not going to happen.
Neoka to come through Monday. I sure you sure hope that too, brother. I know that's exactly how you feel. Jamar answer, pretty good. He said Jack Paul. Mr. Jake Paul. Oh, you like Jake Paul?
He ain't gonna win, bro. There's no way.
Okay.
I'm not even watching that, bro, to be honest with you. I can't watch any of that Jake Paul, none of that. I can't do it. I'm like, y'all feel like I'm watching like wrestling. It's like,
well, look, ever since that Tyson thing, this has been done for me.
right.
The idea that
exactly.
Tyre, by the way, said Rams. All right. Eagles, Commanders, Birds.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, I know. Packers, Bears.
I already said Bears.
I don't want the Bears to win.
Bro, they gonna win. You thinking with like your Eagles cap on right now?
Really
like, we need them to lose, so we can go ahead. Like, bro, it's not gonna happen. Like, I just think with the key loss they had in defense with Green Bay, they going in there. It's gonna be Packers. Oh God! All right.
I think he's looking at that from his Seahawk eyeglass lenses as well. But
yeah, no.
Folks on IG also said Bears. All right. Chargers, Cowboys.
Come on, man.
Let's go, Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers, definitely.
Oh, God. I would never root for the Cowboys to win anything except last place. And y'all can't even do that right. Sorry, the hate is real with me when it comes to the Cowboys. Yo, I told a Cowboys fan that lives across the street from me, I was like, I don't even like going out at night because I want those stars beaming down above me when I'm leaving. That's how much I hate the Cowboys, man. So
you got Chargers from Taya and Jamar. That's who they got.
Now to the basement bowl, Vikings versus Giants.
Where's that game at?
New York or New Jersey, wherever how you want to look at it.
Bro, ain't nobody even at the game. You saw the attendance last week. Empty. Seats was empty.
Nobody wants to go.
Damn, man. I think the Giants are gonna lose. They got to currently hold the first pick. Like, yes. They need to lose.
They need to lose, but
like, listen,
win.
You guys go out there and lose this week, guys. That's the goal.
They're going to win.
You said they're gonna win.
Because they can't lose correctly. They're going to win.
See, I that's the thing. I think Minnesota has a lot more to prove because, like, you know, like you got the coach coaching for not coaching for his job, but there's a lot of development opportunities there for Minnesota. And there is too in New York, but they don't even have their coach yet. They fired their coach. They got an interim coach. I just think I'm taking Minnesota. I'm going with Kendall.
Probably the best statement of the day when it comes to this one. Jamar said,
yeah, right.
Right. Perfectly flawed. Also said the Vikings.
Don't be using our picks for parlays and coming up and not breaking us off either. I'm letting everybody know that. We need parts.
All we want is 10%.
Parts.
All we need is 10%.
Parts.
Just 10%. That's all we want. All right. Another basement dwellers. Bengals versus Dolphins.
Sheesh.
Yeah, it's getting ugly.
I'll take the Bengals, bro. They benched Tua. Tua's benched.
And watch they start winning.
I don't know about that.
Stokes said the Bengals, and as soon as I said the two teams, he said, "Oh, brother,
Yo, that's a real stinker there."
That's stinker. I'm going to. You want to say the Bengals? You really want to say the Bengals? For some reason, I think the morale is so bad over there with Cincinnati.
The same thing in Miami. They just benched their quarterback. That's what I'm saying. This is really a bad, like a horrible. They should just cancel that shit. Like, bro, both of y'all take losses.
That's good.
And relax. Just stay home. Just stay home.
Said Dolphins. He said Dolphins. Jamar did.
Yeah, he said to prove that it was Tua.
Just to prove.
I guess that's a good way to look at it.
So yeah, I'm a part of me. You know what? I'm gonna say Dolphins. I'm gonna say Dolphins. The game of the week, which is crazy. If you would have said that this would have been the game of the week in week 16 at the beginning of the season, we all would have said, like, all right, you're crazy, you're bugging, no, it's no way possible. The Bucks versus the Panthers.
Yeah, 7-7 teams. They're gonna go at it. And the funny part about that, the NFL struck gold with finally getting that schedule right, because they play each other this week. And then I think the Bucks play, I forget who they play, but I know, what was the two teams? Carolina plays Seattle next week, and then they play again. They play the Bucks again in the final week. So they both 7-7. They play each other twice in the last 3 weeks. I know because I remember they have the rougher part of the schedule. The Panthers, they play Seattle in between both of those two games. I don't know who the Bucks play next week.
The Dolphins.
Right. So they have a better chance at clinching the division. I feel like they either need to split and win that game, because I mean, I know Stokes would be happy. We actually picked your Seahawks over the Panthers for next week. So, but definitely, I think Carolina needs to win both games, and if they lose, they go 2-1, and then obviously, they'll have the head-to-head matchup against Tampa, which will get them in. So that game's going to be definitely interesting.
Go figure, man. Like, no way in the world. Like I said, if we looked at week 1 or 2, and we thought about the Panthers and the Panthers playing against the Bucks, we were just like, oh, the Bucks is just going to run over that game. The game is over, like, before they even start. And now look, the same record, and they're battling at the end. Go ahead, NFL. The parody of the NFL is just crazy. And I'm going to go with the Panthers because I hate the Bucks.
Yeah, I didn't even pick. Damn. Nah. I'm going with Baker.
You going with Baker?
I'll take the Bucks. I'll take the Bucks. They got some weapons back last week. I just feel like it was a bad coach game. Like, they're going to get it back together. They'll get it back together.
Mike Evans.
Carolina's defense is nice too, man.
Yeah. Look, Mike Evans came back from injury. Over 113 yards or something like that. Like, he went crazy.
That's what I mean. Like, I just feel like they're gonna bounce back. They should be able to take care of it.
Yeah, should be. Okay. Another basement game. Jets versus Saints. Doesn't matter. Next game.
Yeah, right. These games are horrible.
That's bad. This is bad. God, it is. The trend continues. I'm rooting for the upset in this game. Bills versus Browns.
Oh my God. I'm taking the Bills, bro.
Smart money, you take the Bills. Absolutely. Smart money, you take the Bills. Now,
although Myles Garrett might get his sack record.
Yes. Exactly. And Sedora may actually do something this week against the Bills. They are playing at home, so we'll see. We'll see. Ty says the Bills. Was that not a big surprise? And Ty did say earlier, she did say the Panthers. And she said battle of first round exits is hilarious.
Yeah, real right.
Yeah, it's just pretty terrible. All right. Next one that we would never thought would be a basement game, but it definitely is. Chiefs versus Titans.
I can't, man.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah, you know who the backup quarterback is for the Chiefs? He played for the Eagles.
I know it's not Carson because he's over in Minnesota.
Nope.
Oh, it's Gardner.
Yep. Gardner Minshew. I'm going with Minshew, baby. Let's go.
Yo, that dude. Yo, he keep on finding a way to get
throw for like 270. Lock it in.
270?
Stokes. Titans low key. Man, Andy Reid's gonna be fired up in that freaking in that locker room. I don't care if we don't have Kermit the Frog. We're gonna elite, baby. We still got Kelsey.
Kelsey gonna drop like the
and
first.
Taylor's here, and we got Gardner Minshew.
That's terrible. Okay, Gardner Minshew. All right, next game. Going to be an interesting one. Jaguars versus Broncos.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
It's in Denver.
It's in Denver.
Man, my people.
They kind of need it.
Supporters. Please help me out. Football gods. I got every single damn Denver Bronco in my fantasy football league. So I'm going for Denver, baby. Let's ride. I got Bo Nix, Harvey, Sutton, Franklin. Bro, man, it's the championship week, bro. We got to get in.
Well,
yeah, like that, Stokes. There we go, Broncos.
Got a lot of folks on the same side. Jamar, Broncos, perfectly flawed. Broncos.
Ain't nobody picking the Jags. There's no way. They stink. Nah, they actually be. Bro, I can't believe he had 6 touchdowns last week, bro. He played phenomenal. Lawrence,
yes.
5 touchdowns and ran one. That's crazy. But hey, I hope he does do that. But Broncos maintain that pace and pull off a victory. Because Santa recovery money. That's all I gotta say.
The grand got you.
Bro, you don't even know. Saturday was the baby shower, bro. Like we had the baby shower for my granddaughter. Bro. And it begins. That's all I gotta say.
You sure you didn't spend your money on that elf on the shelf?
Come on, man.
I will leave that one.
No elf on the shelf stories from me.
Yeah, we need.
Every time I see a bad one, I'll just post it on my page. Like, look at this.
All right, next game before Joel start going crazy again. Falcons versus Cardinals. Who cares?
That's another. I'm going with Atlanta though.
Yeah, I definitely go Atlanta too. I go Atlanta as well. Another not stinker, but it's going to be a stinker. Raiders versus Texas.
The Texans?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean obviously the Texans, but
correct.
Damn.
Now here's a good one because both teams need to win. Taya, I'm looking at you because every single time I mention this team, for some reason, I think about you and your statements about this one particular individual. Steelers versus Lions. Both teams need this win. Both teams need to show up. Both teams.
Damn, that's a tough one.
Who you got? People, give it to me. Pause.
Stokes went
Lions.
Oh. I'm buying myself some time. Somebody else got a comment.
Taya says Steelers. Of course you're going to say Steelers, Taya. I'm not surprised. That's what you do.
Where's the game at? Is it in Detroit or?
It's in Detroit.
Oh.
Now, Taya did say that Dan Campbell's going to do something dumb.
Damn.
Jamar said Lions. Says Tomlin doesn't want to do better than 9-8.
Listen, man, I can't believe I'm doing it. Like every part of me wants to say Steelers, but I can't. I'm going Detroit, bro.
Wow.
I'm going Detroit.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I'm looking at the offense on both sides, and I like the offense in. Yeah, although the Steelers defense started playing well last week, but
yes,
I just think they ain't like they seeing the team like they're gonna see this week, and they home. So that's the only reason I'm going Detroit. But that was a tough one, man.
Yo, every part of me wants to say Pittsburgh because the fact that I don't trust the quarterback with the Lions. I just don't trust the ball. No, that's just
usually plays all right. Putting up some numbers.
No, when it gets time to crunch time, he gets a little.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if they were playing in Pittsburgh, hands down, I would have said Pittsburgh easily.
Correct.
Just the fact that they need the game, the offense a little bit better. Like, I'm going with them, bro.
Stokes said they fighting for that spot.
So yeah, because you got head to head with Green Bay and Chicago, so they need to. Well, I think they actually going, yeah, because then they're right behind Green Bay in 8th, I believe, in the wild card standings, like 1 through 8, whatever. So I know Green Bay holds 7, so if they lose, that means they could get ahead. So
Ty says, "Hey, no Tomlin shade." I'm sorry, his season's already about to be shaded, but it's cool.
I think he's gonna resign, bro. I think he's gonna resign and find other opportunities after this year. I think that's gonna be the biggest news. Then he's gonna say where I want to go, and I hope he doesn't go to New York. I will be sick.
Oh, that would be terrible. Oh God, yeah, I agree. All right, probably the best game, or one of the best games of this week. Patriots versus Ravens.
Oh man, I think Josh Allen and them exposed the Patriots this week, and I'm going with
the Patriots. Yes, you are.
It's just no signs of like Baltimore showing like any type of he going Ravens quick. I don't know, man. I'm thinking that way, but it's just so many things going on in Baltimore, man.
Both Taya and Perfectly Flawed says Patriots.
That's what I mean. Like initially, you just want to say Ravens, like and I get all that, but it's the same way that the KC was hungry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we're just in that same situation with the Ravens.
You're right. Look, I already gave my piece a couple of weeks ago when it comes to how I feel about Lamar, and when the road gets real tough and you need him to be that guy. especially getting closer to the end of the season, can you truly rely on them? Don't know. I don't see it. But with that being said, this Patriots team is young. Young coach, still trying to figure everything out. But they're hungry. I'm going to go Patriots.
Right. And I'm going Patriots also, man. I just think the way that the Patriots lost last week to the Bills, they out for revenge. And unfortunately, the team that's lining up across from them is the Ravens, and the Patriots going to get the victory.
The AFC has been tough sledding this year in general with the average good teams we normally see. Yeah, it's the parity in the NFL, especially in the AFC, has been crazy. I kind of already thought that KC was going to have the season that they did. I wasn't expecting them to fall off the way they did, but I thought they was going to have a rough season because, once again, if you just go through the history, there's not many teams that lose the Super Bowl have a really good season the next year. Now, with that being said, look out for KC next year, though. But it all depends on the health of, obviously, of Mahomes. But that team is going to be scary if they can get it together because now they're going to be mad again. So look out for KC. But you're right. I mean, the parity in the NFL this year is crazy. Like I said, nobody could have paid me to say, like, yeah, the Panthers is going to be, like in the playoffs or, trying to make a playoff run by the end of the season. I would never thought it. I would never thought that the Bears will have the season that they're having right now. You know what I mean? Especially when we were so high on the Bears last year when they had Keenan Allen, they had DJ Moore, they had, like a squad. You know what I mean? Parity's crazy this year.
Right, yeah. And one of the things that we were going back and forth on last week before we decided not to do the show was talking about the NFL and, like, I don't want to say the worst NFL season ever, but I would say more so like I just think we're at a crossroad where you're seeing like some of the traditional teams that we historically look at in the lens that they're one of the top teams are kind of like falling off. And we got these new, young, up and coming teams, new coaches that are standing out and, getting the job done. And we're in like a transition stage. And a lot of it has to do with injuries. So I don't want to kind of like negate that. But that's kind of like the idea that we were going to go and roll with last week before, again, we canceled it and stuff like that. But I just think like a lot of things, stemming from injuries, yes, but also some of the teams that underperformed this year.
Yeah. Jamar said that Mahomes is out. Lamar sees his opportunity for a Super Bowl. You're right, Jamar. That's what he should see. He should.
Him and Josh Allen.
Yes,
exactly. No Joe Burrow and no Patrick Mahomes.
Correct.
These two guys got the door wide open there, but I still don't think, even if any of them two teams make it, bro, like, I don't think they're going to win it anyway.
Yes.
and that's going to end a lot of talk about these guys as far as like being the best and all this stuff. Like, that's going to be a real tough one for both of those quarterbacks because like everyone's talking about Tomlin and stuff like that. Over in Baltimore, man, like there has to be some type of change. And, like I mentioned a few episodes ago, like these two guys still haven't had that elite receiver and weapon on their team. So from that standpoint, I say that's probably like the only thing differently that these guys can do if they don't win it this year. But I still don't think they're going to be able to get the job done. Just because these two teams, like I feel like they're not complete teams. Like you're going to have a good offensive side. If everything goes well through the playoffs, they'll win you a game or two. But to win out, especially the road that they have to go down with not having to buy.
Mhm.
So we're gonna see.
We definitely will. And here's the thing, like, you know how bad it will look if the last two MVPs of the league lose to Drake. Could you imagine the Patriots making it all the way to the Super Bowl? Or there's
You forgetting about Denver. That's the team you forgetting about. Like they hold the number 1 seed now.
You're right.
Veteran coach that's
Yeah.
trying to get back there. Like, I'm telling you, man, defense. They have the defense, and they have that. The only thing that's iffy about them is the quarterback still like makes some dumb decisions.
Mhm.
But Sutton's a solid receiver.
Yeah.
They got a nice little team. Again, I'm not saying this because that's my fantasy squad this week, but
I think it is.
no, it's not, bro. No, it's not.
I think it is. It's okay. A little biasy doesn't hurt nobody. It's all right. A little biasy doesn't hurt nobody. Last game, just go ahead and finish off at least the whole entire week 16. 49ers and Colts, we already kind of touched on the subject already, but just in case, finish it off, people. Who do y'all think will win that game? 49ers,
I'm
Colts.
going with Jamar and the Niners. They got it. They got it in the bag. You pissed. I can't lie to the people who I'm going for, bro.
I know.
Niners. You think Uncle Phil's gonna get the job done, bro?
Well, that's really Taya. Okay, so Taya says on Instagram, finish it off. Whoa, like like everything is a pause moment, bro. Like, what is this? Taya, you're supposed to be on my side, sis. Like, what happened to us? I don't get it. Whatever. Just in case, finish it off. Niners, says Jamar. Niners, says Taya. She also said that Denver's phony. Just so you know.
As long as they score this week.
That is a really good point, Jamar. I missed it. Forgive me. I'm going to go ahead and post it now. So remember what you just got finished saying, bro. Earlier about these quarterbacks, blah, blah, blah. Jamar said, Tyreek Hill will be available next year. I cannot imagine him on the Ravens. That will be bananas.
Now, the receiver to get, if he's available, no, that's definitely thinking what is.
He said, "Easy
He's
money."
thinking what the Seattle had on. He needs them to beat the Niners. But
easy money. Yeah,
but the receiver is to get, man, is going to be freaking Pickens if he becomes available, because there's talks that he's going to get franchise tagged by the Cowboys. But that's the receiver to get. If you put him on Baltimore or Buffalo, that would be crazy.
Yeah, Pickens or Hill would be crazy.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if I had my pick, I'll definitely take Pickens. But
right, yeah, all around wide receiver. If his head is right, key is
and Hill if his knee is right. So so which one you want to take?
I trust that he will have his knee right before Pickens right. Because I'm surprised that he didn't go off already when it comes to Dallas. I'm surprised. I'm happy he's having a great year because he
knows he's not there that long. Well, he knows they're gonna have to give him a crazy bag with the franchise tag.
Facts.
And it goes off of performance. So it's gonna be a big ticket and another dumbass move that they'll make, because it's like that team specifically, it needs so many pieces on defense. They got like a lot of key individual guys that are good, but they don't play well together. So they got a whole crazy thing going on over there. And to sit there and franchise tag Pickens, yeah, that too. That one, that's a no-brainer. That's the number one choice. But I don't know, if these guys are a mortgage of the future, which I personally would if I'm the Ravens or Buffalo. I'm like, y'all can have 3 number ones. I don't give a shit. Give me Justin Jefferson right now. But I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Insane. But here's the thing, right? And you're right. We'll get back into the Jefferson trade conversation in a second. But you're 100% right. If they go ahead and franchise tag that man over in Dallas, and the franchise tag, I believe I heard them say, is like either 26 or 28 million.
It is a lot, whatever it is, but
they're $35 million over the cap right now. Over the cap. And then you have someone like Mr. Diggs that's a healthy scratch this last week. And he's like $30-something million a year. Dallas, please franchise him.
Yeah, the team to watch is going to be the Giants, because they currently hold the number 1 pick. They have a quarterback. They could really make some moves with that first pick and get a lot back for it. And it's going to be a team that I feel like any head coaching candidate, considering all the teams that's possibly going to be looking for new coaching, is the most appealing. You in New York, you got a quarterback, you got Scatterbo. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of like things to like, with that team. And the fact that they have the number 1 pick again, or one of the top 2 or 3, they can move out of that or pick, a couple of different people. But they're gonna be able to make some moves.
If Chase gets traded out, and it's crazy because he just got the bag. Like he just got paid. So if he tried to demand himself out of there, and once again, I do agree that it really does depend on Burrow and what he do with his funeral. Jesus, what his future? Jesus, forgive me.
Damn.
Forgive me.
So the thing is with Cincinnati, man, like they're just a poorly ran organization. They took forever to pay Chase. They took forever to make a decision with Higgins. They took forever to make a decision with Hendrickson. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, like that's part of the reason why like things go wrong, with your team. Like you don't even have everyone there ready to report when they need to report, because you keep playing around with these guys and not getting these contracts done. Then you'll have other organizations that are ahead of that, get these deals done. It builds up the team morale because you're taking care of the players that are on the team. It's just like builds natural, like that chemistry just from that standpoint, where, like say me and you're on the team and we're like, damn, bro, they still ain't paid such and such. I don't know when he going to report. You can't blame him. That's like typically like what these guys, the situation that they're in. And I just feel like it's just bad. You're starting off in a bad foot. Like when you head into training camp and all your key guys aren't there because you got a contract dispute, or y'all going back and forth, over money or whatever's going on. You know what I mean? But it's just one of them things, man. But definitely we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah. He basically said that the defense basically falls apart every year, which is the truth. And they never do anything about it. But in the same token, when you have a GM or you just have a team that just know to not want to pay nobody, and then when they finally do, it's like top of the market type of thing with every single one of the top 3 players offensively. Top of the market when they have to pay them. And I'm surprised that Hendrickson they work something out for them this year, but they're going to lose him too. So what's that team going to look like next year? Defense is not going to change. In fact, defense is going to get worse because you're getting rid of one of your top players, even though he haven't did anything this year because of injury. But I'm pretty sure he was injured all year because he knew this team was not going to do anything. So he want to make sure he has a healthy, a healthy mindset, a healthy body for the next team that he's going to go to next year. So whatever, but a lot of things is going to be crazy. Jamar said that he said Stokes, Chase just signed an absurd contract last year. And he thinks it kicks in actually in this upcoming year. So I don't think Chase is going nowhere because nobody's going to go ahead and really pay that contract off like that.
But that's the thing too. Like even with Chase, they were messing with his contract. They took forever to pay him as well.
They should have paid him like 2 years ago.
Yeah, and you could go through the list of like all the last Super Bowl winners, and you can go back in the beginning of the year and see if there's any like contract issues heading into the season, and you'll see like there's not. If they did, it wasn't like a key player. Let's put it that way. But we're talking about key players on these teams, as far as Jamar Chase, Higgins. Like, you know what I mean? Then you had this whole thing with CeeDee Lamb. You know what I mean? Then you had the same thing with Dak. These organizations aren't getting it. Like, bro, you need to take care of those top premier playmakers and guys that are on the team to head into season with no distractions. Fresh foot in the door, everybody's cool, building that team chemistry up and making a run at the playoffs and possibly a championship.
Look, the same way. And it's funny because we talk about the Eagles, but I'm going to put the Eagles to the side here. The same way since the 49ers point came up in conversation a couple of times. The same way the 49ers wanted to make sure that they paid Christian McCaffrey. They paid him quickly and early, like twice to make sure that he was on their books for years to come. And they did that, and now look, they're looking good contract wise, especially when it comes to the big money players that they have. But in the same token, look what they did with Ayuk. They fumbled that one, and he didn't even play this year. So
right, then they finally paid him, and then now he's like going back and forth. But that all started in a bad relationship when they started the contract negotiations.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So, I mean, look at the 49ers as an example, good and bad, when it comes to what a team can do that's on both sides of the coin. Overpay. Are you talking about what the 49ers did, or are you talking about what the Bengals?
He's definitely talking about Ayuk. He's talking about Ayuk for sure.
Yeah, that whole entire situation was crazy.
Then he didn't even show up. He's like, I'm not showing up.
Jamar said he did it to himself. He said he didn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he definitely said Ayuk. Great player, too. I mean, he's a really good player. Guy's a really good player. But, oh well. But you know what? It's time to shut it down, yo. It's time to shut it down. We've been on here for 1 hour and 24 minutes. There's the music. Look at that. 1 week off. But we got it back on. We good to go. Birdgang, what you guys say at the end, bro?
Hey, shout out to you guys for tuning in on another episode of G&T Sportstalk. Listen, we know the holidays is coming up. We're probably going to be changing up the schedules here and there. Just bear with us. Again, apologize for last week. Please continue to support G&T Sportstalk. Like, comment, subscribe. Birdgang, checking out. Thank you guys for tuning in.
As always, we thank y'all guys. Seriously. It's like Joel said. We thank y'all guys so much for being on board with us. Hope the ride wasn't bumpy. because me being the captain, I got to make sure that we got smooth sailings the whole entire time. So appreciate every single one of y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Instagram, and really soon you're going to have to follow us somewhere else too. Well, we'll get into that conversation a little bit later. So all my peoples on the IG, appreciate y'all. Ty says here, see y'all on the 28th. Go Birds. That's right, on the 28th. Remember, on the 28th of this month, right after Christmas. Go see your boys right there at Dimensions. Oh. Really? Cap is corny. Says my daughter that lives in Colorado. I love you too, lady. Remember when I thought that the other person was my daughter? That's actually my daughter here. So, let's see. I get made fun of all the way out in Colorado. I appreciate you so much. I hope you get hit by a snowball. All right. So, anything, once again, we appreciate y'all so much. Where in the world would we be if it was not for y'all guys rocking with us? So we definitely appreciate y'all so much. Don't forget, once again, rock out with us over at Dimensions on the 28th. Eagles versus Bills. You're going to be seeing that flooding the whole entire IG page, as well as YouTube, as some shorts we're going to have on there too. So we're going to keep on promoting that. Stay tuned for all kind of other announcements of what we're going to be placing when it comes to just a placement of our videos or placements of our streaming, because we normally stream on Wednesdays, obviously, but because the holidays, like Joel said, we may have to move the day before or a day after, but we'll figure it out. We'll definitely update y'all guys as we go. But much love to y'all. Until next time, G&T, we out, bro. Peace.